today at the Women in Business Awards, where we're speaking to the nominees at the Woman Business Mentor of the Year category, and we're asking them what their hints and tips are for really good business mentoring.
The most satisfaction I've ever had is mentoring the young people, but young women who've gone into business at 18 and 19, with fantastic ideas, but no business or marketing experience. And that is so rewarding when you see them grow and flourish.
I learn loads from my clients. I learn about sort of the importance of creativity and innovation in business. And I think I've perfected or sort of, honed my own mentoring skills in understanding how people respond best to different counselling sort of methodologies and mentoring, and sort of I'm able to adapt then depending on who I work with, and sort of over 10 years those have changed.
I think one of the biggest thing I've gained, I've made a lot of friends throughout mentoring. We all help each other, we all work as one big team. I also learn by other people's experiences as well, so in addition to, for me helping them, I also find they help me too.
I think the most important is to have an actually understanding of the people's goals and objectives, and to deal with that I always take them through like a questionnaire, and I ask them questions that perhaps they haven't thought about, and it's about listening, and by using the questionnaire in that way you're actually able to listen to what they want to do, and you can respond with the support accordingly, because it's horses for courses, one doesn't fit all, and I think when you're mentoring people that's very, very clear.
Personally, I think it's listening and having some empathy towards the individual, understanding what their strengths and weaknesses are, and helping them sort of overcome those to make sure that they're able to achieve their targets. Being realistic as well, and possibly challenging individuals as to, it's a great idea, but how are we going to make this work without upsetting people or without saying, I don't know if that idea is going to work. It's still maintaining that enthusiasm and making sure that they're still able to sort of achieve their goals or their dreams.
I think one of the biggest skills is being able to listen, but also being able to empathise with other business owners, as every business is different. Every business has different needs and different ways of operating within their own individual marketplace, and being able to sort of empathise with them and know what's going to help to drive them forward is a big skill to have.
It's the traditional challenges, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, we all think and work differently. I think that in the past there's been lack of less confidence amongst women to take that step to set up their business, but I can honestly say I can see that trend changing. I mean, I was at a BNI meeting this morning and there were a lot more women there than there used to be, and I can see that growing and coming like that. So I think the confidence, the women are sort of overcoming that these days.
I think we've got sort of domestic responsibilities that we will always have over men, but I think a lot of the time it is sort of proving yourself. I think perhaps we work a little bit harder to prove ourselves and prove that we're capable of doing roles that have traditionally been those taken on by men. But I think we're up in our game.
I think one of the biggest challenges, certainly for me, is having children, having a family, being able to juggle about 20 balls in the air and spin 5 plates at the same time. It's a huge challenge running a full-time business, but also having the children back home and trying to do everything all at once. So that's a big challenge for women.
There will be barriers that will be in the way, but there's always ways of overcoming them. And it's about being very honest about what you're capable of achieving, and getting in help when you need it, definitely. Holding your hands up in the air and saying, I really want to do it, but that's going to stop me, and making sure that you get the help and support where you need it.
The only thing I would say is just absolutely go for it. In my position, I worked full-time in a bank, so I was very comfy in my job, and I resigned and just went full force into being self-employed and into my own business, which was a huge, scary step in the dark, but it was actually the best move I've ever made.